Today to find out, a little bit more on the pre-construction side, but especially with this company, Future Condos IO, where they have made this, I want to say streamlined the whole process, but that's not right, right?
Yeah, yeah, you can say that.
Should I say
Yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah, you can say that.
Yeah, they've streamlined the whole process from the beginning to the end on how easy it is to get a pre-construction market, but most importantly, we'll also be talking about the fundamentals of investing with pre-construction. My name is Jana Penchal. I'm from RBC. I'm hosting Alex and Abdul from Future Condos IO, where they're going to take talk a little bit more about what Future Condo IO is.
Thank you very much, Gina. It's always a pleasure to be here. We're proud to be in alignment with RBC, working towards improving the buyer's experience when it comes to finding, researching, finding the properties,
Okay.
finding the right deals for them. And we're always. Is it recording?
Yeah.
Yeah. Finding the right deals for them, and most importantly, to actually reduce the pain points and the friction when it comes to finding these deals. So, we're always committed to reduce that friction, and at the same time, we're working towards improving and making real estate more accessible to everyday working professionals. So I'll let Alex kind of go through the details.
Awesome, thank you, Abdul. Always nice to hear from our co-founder. So the goal. Everybody that's here on this presentation is most likely looking at investing in properties as a way of growing their wealth. So, of course, that is an objective, but from our perspective, we've seen over many years, I've been in this industry for over 8 years actually, the way that this goes. So, you have a property in mind that you think that is going to be the golden nugget that gets you that wealth building down the road. It's fantastic, but the process is typically quite rocky. There's agents and there's people that are in place in the industry that do a fantastic job, but that might be the 10% that sits like really cream of the crop. The issue is, oftentimes people are getting the process. They're starting this process of buying real estate. Sorry, I don't know how to.
I thought it was this. I thought it was this.
I don't know.
I thought it was the finger, bro.
They're finding.
People do this, and then he'll get it.
Oh, actually, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
There we go. That's another
There.
So people are going through this goal, they're looking for this real estate, but unfortunately, they're stuck in what we often call the traditional process. And the traditional process is simple. You register, you sign up for 10, 15, 20 different projects, you start getting phone calls, emails, text messages from mortgage brokers, real estate agents, lawyers, whatever, insurance brokers, and everybody's telling you something different. You don't know what to believe and you don't know what the right answer is. Oftentimes, you don't even necessarily know what the right question is. So where do we come in? We figured out how to create a frictionless experience for you. So all you really need to do is go to one place. That place is futurecondos.io. You punch in some very simple information, and we connect you with the correct expertise as you need it based on where you are in the process. Whether that be from you just making a final submission of a worksheet to buy the dream unit for your family or yourself, or it's from step one needing to have a full-blown consultation with tax planners, mortgage brokers, realtors, and everybody else that's in the process. But by us doing this, what we found with our purchasers and our users now is that we're removing that clutter, we're removing a lot of the unknown, which does create a ton of stress for the average consumer, but also, most importantly, we're shortening the timelines. A general purchasing process could take really as little as 2 weeks with our system here. But if you get moneyed in that traditional process from our previous slide, that process could take 6 months and end up being the most frustrating thing in your life. So really, end goal for you is to get that wealth growing investment property, and we've made this process as simple as it possibly needs to be, so you only have to register in one place once and have all the answers taken care of for you. Now I'm going to pass it over to Jana, our RBC partner, and she's going to go into really some of the major benefits of one of our major people that we're aligned with, which is RBC, and their focus on doing some really cool, innovative tasks and items in the pre-construction industry and helping purchasers get what they want.
All right, thanks so much,
And
Alex.
this slide, just quickly, Katrina,
Yeah.
this slide is gonna be that like firm approval thing, right?
Oh, okay, so do you wanna go over? Yeah, so why RBC with the pre-construction side? Well, RBC is actually one of the only lenders out right now that are actually doing firm approvals upfront. So not pre-approvals, but firm approvals upfront, which means we basically do the full underwriting process for you in the beginning. We'll hold that approval for you till the time of closing, which is a great thing to have, especially in a market right now where rates are going up. There's an instability in the market. You don't have to worry about any of that. We will hold your approval for you as long as, of course, there's no financial change. I'll take that part. We'll hold that approval for you until the time of closing. Okay? Of course, so you can go next one. So what is also the reason, how RBC is also very impactful with approving many clients from different financial backgrounds is we have many different lending options for our clients as well. All the way from self-employed to newcomers to Canada. We also do condo hotels. So if this is something that does come up on the Future Condos IO website, you don't have to worry about finding financing of it. RBC would be able to help you as well. And here's just a little breakdown of how RBC actually looks at approving you with your investor mortgage. We use, of course, standard verification. We have 20% as a down payment if it's an investment property. Again, there might be some opportunities where you may be able to put 5% down. And then, of course, we do have a maximum of 5 properties, but we do have exception bases where we've been able to go up a little bit higher than that. So these are also great options that RBC does look at applying for and approving them. With approving them, there's also looking at what your rate of return is going to be. This is when Alex will explain a little bit about how to analyze your rate of return.
Awesome, thank you, Jana. Yeah, so with real estate, there's many different metrics you can look at in terms of comparing properties, and also many different options to you when it comes to investing in general. So with real estate, just like the stock market, these are really the traditional methods and traditional ways of investing your money with security, but also that really high upside. Just as a quick case study to give you guys an idea that yes, you are looking in the right place. With the stock market, you're seeing very similar returns on a annual basis compared to the real estate market. But as a quick case study, if you take $100,000 and you were to stick that $100,000 into both real estate and the stock market 20 years ago, circle down to today's date, you're going to be seeing very similar returns of just under 300% in the stock market and just over 300% in the real estate market. However, especially if you take a look at down here, you'll see that the actual money you take out 20 years from now is vastly different. And the reason why is leverage. With real estate, you can use things such as a mortgage, and have that ability to take your initial investment and 4 or 5x it because you're using leverage. And you're able to really multiply that ROI, which is your return on investment, quite substantially. I'll explain a little bit in terms of how that calculation works on the next slide. So the metrics around all this, I think that stocks and real estate slide might go. Yeah? What do you guys think?
I say keep it. I think it's a good visual.
Seems clunky. Anyway, so how do we analyze the deal? One of our favorite metrics is to take a look at why you're buying the real estate property. Is the property for you to be a landlord, or is it for you to flip it and really gain some of that growth, potential growth equity from the markets? Our favorite metric, if you're looking at it from the landlord's perspective, is to use the gross rental yields. This allows you to compare apples to apples a property that might be located downtown Toronto, Oakville, Scarborough, Calgary, Edmonton, Vancouver, really anywhere. And we do these calculations manually as a general real estate broker and professional. However, what we've got kind of boiling in the backgrounds right now is we've got some systems in place with Future Condos IO that is going to give you the ability to have these in real time, real metrics for every property as you're looking at them. So great apples to apples ability to compare properties. And we're going to be getting that over to you actually in a streamlined package as we update the systems. Now, return on investments, and this is circling back to that previous slide with the stock and real estate comparison, allows you to look at your net returns and your appreciation. And what it really looks at is the comparison between your costs of purchasing that investment property and how much money you pull out of it. With real estate, you're allowed to drastically reduce how much equity you have to put in. You can really double down on that leverage. Now, another major item to talk about outside of course, comparing properties to help find the right investment property is timing. And with timing, the old adage of when's the right time to buy real estate, it's right now. Always, you don't wanna wait to buy real estate, you wanna buy the real estate with it. And the reason why, in markets like this, where we've seen a little bit of a drop off in terms of pricing and a little bit of a drop off in demand, this is your prime opportunity to buy a property without bidding wars. And more so, if you take a look at it from the perspective of a large picture or a larger lens of the fundamentals of the marketplace, especially in Canada, you're going to take a look at something that's extremely important to the growth of our nation, which is immigration. We're seeing immigration growing from about 400,000 people last year to numbers that we're going to be hitting over 500,000 people each and every year coming into Canada, which is obviously going to create a high demand side amount of people that are going to be looking to purchase and to rent a property. So what you want to do as a potential real estate investor is really align yourself and be ready to grasp and take advantage of the fact that Canada is in rapid growth mode. We're bringing in over 500,000 people a year. Okay, cool. Alex, thanks so much for going through all that stuff, but where do I get started? Well, as we mentioned, you really want to get started on our platform. The reason why is we've streamlined the entire process. Now, what we're going to do next is go through a little bit of a walkthrough in terms of what you'll be seeing as a user on our website. This is where it gets fucking clunky.
I mean, we'll be loading up the screen share in a moment. Just, communicate that with the crowd.
Yeah, I think.
I need to know that.
They're people.
The people.
Hey, just be like, hey guys, great time to get some water. We're just setting up the second.
Yeah, Sydney, as we go here, you go to the disclaimer.
So why don't you start the setup of that the moment we slide to that page?
Yeah.
And I will slowly talk until.
I'm behind you, yeah. But I think so.
Just,
when I-
do you
just
actually have
stay
to-
there. Stay there.
You can't see me.
Yeah, like after you're done talking, stay there.
I'm gonna be behind you.
Okay.
So you can accept when that happens.
This is gonna be fucking hand.
Yeah, see, it is.
He's just a random man coming out.
Anyway, so this is your landing page that you get to. And we're actually gonna be sending you this link so that you can sign yourself up and get started without any headaches. But you're gonna hit get started. And wait for your page to load. And then you go into our questionnaire. So step one is what type of property you're looking for. Condos, great, continue. Then what's the reason for your purchase? We're looking to invest, next. What type of property are we looking to, when are we looking to purchase the property? As soon as possible, next. Ideal price range, we gotta be realistic in Toronto, we're gonna go under 750, great. Preferred location, I mean, type in Oakville or whatever.
I'm gonna type in Oakville.
Next.
Or you can even click on Oakville because it's there.
Yeah, click on it.
Yeah.
In terms of bedroom types, we're gonna, let's just say we want a one bedroom where first-time investors makes it simple. And now, where are we in the knowledge base of pre-construction investing? I'm gonna say that I have never done this before, start there. And because I've never done this before, I'm not really sure what type of investment strategy I want, so we're gonna go next. Great, now, in terms of the mortgage pre-approval, have I talked to my bank about this? Maybe not, I haven't, so I'm gonna click on that.
And then Alex, stop talking about the same day pre-approval available today.
Drops money.
Jana fucking charges at me.
Available
I like-
exclusively.
Mute. Unmute.
I'm gonna skip over that because I don't want to have red eyes and radiation.
No. Just say with pre-approval, this is where Jana can come into place if you don't have a pre-approval. Done.
Same day pre-approvals.
It already says that there. I don't think you have to say.
All right, so now
We're at 15 minutes, guys.
15?
15.
that's great.
We're at 15 minutes.
That means we're hitting all important touch points fast.
Yeah.
We're moving.
That's what we want. We want people engaged. Like, oh shit, we missed the presentation. Right? Q&A. Oh, awesome. Okay, so we got 3 deals that are primed and ready to go. Let's take a look at them. So this is where you get prompted to log in. We're going to put in my standard information. Got like a little verification code. Obviously, we want to protect all your information. Wow.
Should go to draw. No, what's happening?
So let's take a look at these options. Great. So If I like one of these three options, I click and I can take a look at it. If I don't like what I'm seeing, I always hit Marketplace and that opens all the properties that we have and you can review those. Now, I'm gonna click on this project here. What? Okay, never mind, I'm gonna click on this project. Why don't you hover over where you want me to click then?
Okay.
For actual
Yeah.
demo.
Makes sense. Boom.
Boom, okay, so and the beauty of this is this will have all the information that's relevant for you, right? So if there's anything that's missing, you can always contact the expert. But if you're looking for the deposits, the amenities the building might have, parking details, availability, so, once we've taken a look at everything, we're comfortable with what we see, and maybe we want to even start the reservation process, you can click through and start by taking the 1-bedroom, start worksheet. These are some of the options that are available to us. You pick your 1-bedroom, you select the available view. What floor height do you want? These are done in ranges because you're not always going to be guaranteed a specific floor until you're actually in the process. But if you want to be very specific, you take number 9, which probably doesn't exist in this building. Then you go locker, I want it, and then search for an available unit. Sweet, I've got 3 options outlined for me. I'm going to take this one here. Continue worksheet. I have my deposit structure outlined exactly as payments would go. All my purchaser details already pre-saved. As I've logged in, I created a username or user account for myself before just to make this more streamlined. So that all populates into this. If I want to add a co-buyer, I have that as an option as well. I'm just going to be my own individual purchaser here. And these are the purchase details, the deposits. So mind you, with any, this is a really important caveat, with pre-construction real estate, you always have this 10-day grace window where you can review the documents, take it to your account, take it to your lawyer, take it to your mortgage broker. You don't have them because we have all those assets in place for you. And you get that grace period to review everything before any of your deposits become non-refundable.
When you say brokers, so you take it to the income FBC.
Yes. Great, so now last step is verifying your ID. This is something the builder will require. So I've already done this, but it's very easy. You just take a photo with your face and your ID. Continue to review. Make sure all your details are correct, as this is something that is essentially good to go. So agreements are drafted based on this. Verifying, making sure that everything's all the ducks are in a row, and there you go. Congratulations, you put your first worksheet on the property. Next steps are if you have questions, of course, you can get in touch with us and the sales rep on site. And other than that, we'll be in touch with you as the next steps come along. Now what?
All right, thanks so much, Alex. Thanks so much, Abdul, for going through that. We did a very high-level presentation on the pre-construction market, the financing, when it were to invest. We're going to open up the floor right now for any Q&A. Please unmute yourself if you have any questions. If you are on LinkedIn, please message and is there a messaging option?
Yeah, there
YouTube?
should be. And YouTube. There's a
Okay, so
messaging
if you're on LinkedIn or YouTube, there's a messaging option. Please put your question in there. It'll be relayed over to us. But I personally want to thank Alex and Abdul for being part of this presentation because I think this is a very unique, opportunity that they brought into the market, and I think it's going to streamline so many pre-construction products and getting your first property, like Alex said. They're going to streamline the whole process of getting into the pre-construction market.
Sydney's gonna have 3 questions teed up if we don't have anything lined up.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's smart. That's smart. Oh, somebody asked from State Farm asks. Jake from State Farm asks, how do I get into pre-construction?
Well, Jake.
What questions do you have?
Well, we have the questions in the actual.
Oh shoot, those
Yeah.
should be the Tita. Can you send them to me?
Yeah, they're in that Excel
Yeah,
document, so just grab 3 from there,
Oh, man.
and then that should be good.
That'd be good. Excited?
Wow, you guys killed that demo.
It'll be good. It's very concise.
I think you nailed it with the.
Yeah, it was a little more smoother.
And we'll pick this, and we'll pick this, and we'll pick this.
Kind of quick, but
Isn't that what you want?
Huh?
You want it to seem easy.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then make a note of that. Be like, guys, I just finished this and within 2 minutes.
I just bought a unit in under 5 minutes.
Yeah, like how
Free of
crazy and
charge.
easy is that?
For free.
Or I could even say, I'd be like, like, let's look at this. Alex literally bought a condo, like bought a unit within 5 minutes. Like they're streamlined the process so efficiently that this should not take you more than 10 minutes to fill up. So
Yes. Wow. This is amazing.
Yeah.
This is great. So excited.
that's it. We got, and then we'll have the disclosure in the background.
Yeah, yeah,
So we have to
so-
take
and
that
then-
out.
How do I?
No, I'll do it. So look.
Oh, you'll do it.
So I just come here.
And switch it back.
I come here and then I just like turn it off and automatically will show disclosure.
Perfect.
Boom.
There we go.
Boom.
And then at the end, do we all come back here, like standing?
Well, I'll like, yeah. So I'm gonna like transition you when you're done talking. You stay on this side,
Yeah, so I don't.
and then I'll stand on that side.
We can also move some of these desks
Yeah,
out so we can
yeah.
do a like a
Oh yeah. Because I don't think the underneath part, if I'm wearing heels and stuff, is gonna
step
work.
comfortable.
Yeah. So that's great.
Well done, guys. Wow, we pulled it off in a month.
Why is this camera doing that? What's going
Because
on?
as soon as you turn
Or
it
is that
off,
like turn off?
as soon as
I
I
thought
was
it
like,
still on.
it doesn't want to be looking at people.
So then we go over the questions, right?
Yeah. Make
Okay,
sure you send me those questions and then we'll pick.
Abdul, do you have them on your
Pick top
laptop? I think I sent you the Excel document, right?
Yes, but then you just send me the updated one because I only have 80 or 50.
Okay.
Only 80, 50 questions? That's a lot of
No,
questions.
50 people.
Oh, okay.
We double.
Well, you want to, like, at some point, somebody should chime in, like, if you have any questions, throw them in the chat, right?
Maybe we can do that in the beginning when I'm
In the
introducing.
beginning, yeah.
Be like,
Or
oh, no,
any
no, no,
questions you
no,
might have in
no.
the
So
chat.
when you're done speaking, say, if anyone has any questions throughout this seminar,
No, he can't do it. He can't be the one.
I have to
That
say it.
transition is like
So I'll just say,
already in place. Like, it has to.
yeah, be like,
Has to
guys,
be
just to display, just to let you know, we do have someone monitoring the chats, and the messages. So if you have any questions or messages, please don't hesitate to message. But we'll, Abdul, I'd love to hear about why you started Future Condos IO.
Okay, so why or I think that was
Why, or I should say,
Abdul, why don't you tell us a little bit more about?
Abdul, why don't you tell us a little bit more about Future Condos IO?
yeah,
All right.
that's better, huh? Unless I could be like a minute. Just listen.
Exactly what you did. We have it recorded, just cut it.
That's it.
Okay.
And then how do I pass it to you? Over to you, Alex. Alex will walk you through.
You can just stop talking. I'll just say thanks, Abdul. Like, whatever. Like, what did we do today? I don't know.
We had a date.
What did we just do here? We had a bagel. Don't worry. Transition will come. We had it there. Transition that was recorded so we can watch it with you.
It's good. This is all good.
Nice.
The questions. Can we address all of them?
I mean, as much.
Wow.
Absolutely not.